What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Shaka Racing Garage. Today we are going to be addressing a steering issue with the Neon Gladiator. Now, for those of you that don't know or new to the channel, we've been running this Gladiator with a 4.5-inch Evo manufacturing lift with 40-inch tires for coming up on 3 years now. And the ride and steering and everything on this has been pretty perfect throughout all this time. And we've done long road trips, things like that, and we've never had issues. Now, about 2 months ago or so, the steering started getting sloppier in the steering wheel or the feel than I had remembered or felt previously. Like I said, it had been pretty tight and had no issues over the years. So I had just had the steering box TSB upgrade done on the Mojito Jeep, which basically replaces the stock one or the original one with the upgraded steel steering box. And it was a night and day difference. I mean, it changed the feel. I didn't even get out of the shop at the Jeep dealer with the upgrade done and could tell it was night and day tightness. So immediately I scheduled to have the Gladiator brought in to do the same upgrade, thinking that it might, tighten things back up again. Maybe the steering box had gotten loose. Well, in reality, what I noticed is I think after having the steering box done, it was actually worse on the Gladiator than on the Mojito Jeep. I wasn't sure what to think of it. I kind of thought maybe because of the 40-inch tires, it was just looser and not as tight as the Mojito Jeep. Recently, I started getting a little clicking noise in the steering, and it just got even sloppier and sloppier. And I started kind of diagnosing some things in the front end and trying to see if I could see anything that was obviously making noise or obviously not functioning right. And this is what I came across. Let me show you here. I'm going to jump up under here, and Greg, aka Send It Greg, is going to hop in and kind of move the steering wheel back and forth for me so that you can see what's going on. Okay, so I was looking up underneath here under the suspension and kind of checking things out, checking my sway bar end links, and I immediately noticed this. This is the Evo manufacturing track bar, and you could see how much play is in there. And you can hear some clicking and some noise there. But it's because this bushing is clearly shot on this track bar. It should not have this much play. And again, that's the Evo manufacturing track bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch that out in hopes that it's going to really tighten things back up with my steering. I did get a new Evo track bar, so I'm just going to change out the bar, make sure that I've got the length correct to match up with this one. And hopefully that'll take all that play out of there. So you can really see how much movement is in here. Okay, so I just wanted to show you real quick on the track bar on the stock Mojito Jeep. Go ahead and crank it back and forth, Greg. There's no movement at all. Out of that track bar and the bushing, and that's the way it should be. All right, so like I mentioned, I got a brand new Evo track bar. This is the Evo 3047B track bar. It's exactly what I already had in there, and it's clearly this bushing here is completely shot in there. Now, I did find out after the fact that I could just buy the bushings, and it's like $25 for one side and $22 for the other, and they just get pressed in there with some Loctite. So what I'm going to do is once we put this one in, I'm going to fix the one that's already in here with new bushings, so I've got a backup laying around in case this ever happens again. So we're going to go ahead and replace this thing. It's literally just a couple of bolts and making sure that we match up the size of this one with the one that's coming out. Nice. Okay, so what holds this in is it's just this bolt goes through, and then you've got this nut that's got this, I don't know what you call this in there, but basically it holds it in place so that if that nut doesn't spin, because you can't really get up in there with a tool to lock it down. All right, so this is the other side of the track bar. We just got to undo this bolt. Okay, so this is clearly the old one. This is the new track bar. I just wanted to show you with the bushing. You can see, this light's kind of covering shadows here. You can clearly see that I can easily wobble this bushing around and move it around. Whereas on the new one, this thing is solid and does not move at all. So this is clearly an issue here, and gonna make all the difference in my driving. So we just gotta set the length here, make sure that it's exactly the same length as it was before, so that my axle stays in place, and then bolt it right back in. Okay, so that was a quick and easy install. We just set the adjustment, put the bolt back in on the bottom here, bolt back in up top there, super easy, torque them to spec. And you can see Greg is rotating the wheel back and forth, and there is zero play in the bushing here now. So this definitely is making a difference. Hopefully I'll feel it in the steering wheel, so we'll go for a test drive here in just a minute. But that was clearly an issue, and hopefully that'll fix my problems. Okay, so I completely failed on finalizing this video, doing a final wrap up, and I was in a big hurry because we were getting everything ready to go to Moab, so I didn't get a chance to do the final wrap up. Now, it did give me the opportunity to confirm and test this thing out on the trails, as well as driving around Moab, because the trails, if you've ever been there, are not close to town. They're all spread out all over the place. So we did get to put about 600 miles on it in Moab, and it performed flawlessly. And it did allow me to confirm that this made a huge difference in the steering feel. It tightened everything back up and made it ride and drive like it has since day one, which I was extremely happy with. So if you find that you are having sloppy steering, things have gotten bad again, or not driving like they should, start by checking your track bar bushings. From there, you can check all your other bushings in the front end, but you mainly want to focus on that track bar before jumping into doing the steering stabilizer. I know everybody wants to think it's the steering stabilizer, but in most cases, it's probably not going to be the stabilizer. So start by checking your bushings. Those things tend to wear out, get sloppy, and that's going to translate through to your steering wheel. So check that out. Start there. Make sure you like this video, comment below if you have any questions, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one. Thanks.